Hello everybody. Today we are going to read physics and our topic is physical quantities and measurement. In this chapter we are going to learn measurement of volume, measurement of density, measurement of area or speed. Now, measurement of volume. Measurement is the amount of space occupied by a substance. The SI unit of volume is cubic meter. That is symbol is meter to the power 3 or meter to the power cube, we can say. Okay. When the volume of an object is small, it is convenient to express its volume in sub-multiple of m to the power 3, such as decimeter cube. Decimeter cube is like dm to the power cube, and centimeter cube. Centimeter cube is also we write like cm to the power 3 or cube. The volume of a liquid is usually measured in liter. We all know. Okay, and symbol we are writing L for the liter. Okay, and milliliter we are writing symbol ml. The relationship between these units is given below. Now I am going to show you. Okay, 1 m to the power cube is equal to 1 meter multiplied by 1 more meter multiplied by 1 more meter. In the sense, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter multiplied by 1 more 100 centimeter, and then multiplied by 1 more centimeter. It will become 1 million centimeter. Okay, or 1 million cm to the power 3. Okay, 1 ml is equal to 1 centimeter to the power 3. At the same way, 1 liter is equal to 1000 milliliter. 1000 milliliter is equal to 1000 centimeter to the power cube is equal to 1000 by 100 multiplied by 1 more 100 multiplied by 1 more 100, or we can say that meter to the power cube is equal to 0.001 meter to the power cube. 1 meter to the power cube is equal to 1000 liters. Okay, so this was the measurement of volume. Okay, if you will have any confusion, then I will write and I will show you. Okay, now volume of solids. Now we are going to read about volume of solids. The volume of solids such as a cube or a cuboid can be calculated using the given formula. As I am telling you that the formula of that is that volume of a cuboid is, if we know the length, breadth or height of a cuboid. Okay, if we know the length, breadth and height of the cuboid, we can calculate its volume by the formula which I am showing you now. Volume of a cuboid is equal to length multiplied by breadth and multiplied by height is equal to, it will become a volume of cube. If we know the length of a cube, we can calculate its volume by its formula. Okay. Volume of a cube is equal to length multiplied by height multiplied by breadth. Because in a cube, length is equal to breadth is equal to height. Suppose when it is cube, okay, then all the side will be equal. So according to that, when you are knowing what is the length, okay, then you would be knowing what is the breadth, and maybe you would be knowing what is the height of this. Yes or no? So after the multiplying this, you can get what is the volume of the cube. Hope you would be understanding. Okay. Now, volume of liquid, how to measure it? Okay. Liquid such as water, milk and petrol are stored in containers. The volume of liquid which can fill a container expresses its capacity. In other words, the inner volume of a container is its capacity. Okay? You would have been seen that when we are going to buy a small cold drinks, okay, or anything, that in that there is a written like 300 milliliter, 500 milliliter or 1 milliliter, okay. As we are buying a water bottle, water also in the market, mineral water, in that also there is being written 1 liter or 2 liter, okay, like that one. So inside of the capacity, how much it can contain, that is its volume, okay. So you must have seen the measuring devices given here. Now I am going to show you this picture, okay. Now you can see on your screen also. This is measuring devices, okay. In figure 1.1 for measuring volume, okay, these containers have a fixed capacity and come in different shapes and sizes. To measure a desired volume of liquids, if you have to measure liquid, okay, and that also should be of your desired one, okay, then a measuring cylinder is used, okay. For that you can use measuring cylinder for measuring what? For liquid, okay. First you can use cylinder, okay, measuring cylinder, okay, and second is used by doctors to measure liquid medicine. You haven't seen that, okay, this type, okay. And third is used to measure petrol. Here is given that in the number third one is used to measure petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, etc. Okay. Devices 4 and 5 are generally used for measuring milk and other liquid foods. The following, which picture you can see here, okay, the following are given measuring devices. Pipes and what is this? Burters are used in a chemistry laboratory. Okay. A tumbler measure is used by a chemist in a dispensary. Okay. So this all which I have shown you here, this was what? This was measuring devices. Okay. Now we will see that more in measuring volume correctly. Okay. When liquids such as water, kerosene, petrol, etc. are filled into these devices, the surface of the liquid becomes curved. Let us understand this with the help of the following activity. Okay, now pour a liquid in a measuring jar. When liquid like water, kerosene, etc., anything, okay, are left undisturbed, a curve appears downward, concave side. On the top, you can see like this. Okay, so you can see like that curve is appeared. Okay, so keep your eye at the level of the curve and take the reading corresponding to the curve. Such a curve is called the lower meniscus or concave meniscus. Okay, now I am showing you here one figure. Okay, see this figure. The correct reading is 50 milliliters, not 52 milliliters. On the other hand, liquid like mercury curve upward, convex surface up. The reading the reading in this case will correspond to the upper meniscus or convex meniscus as shown in figure B, which I am showing here. This one. Now, the second activity we are going to see that in this we have the aim to measure the volume of an irregular solids. Okay, that is stones. Material what you will require, okay, that is a measuring cylinder and stone just. Now, what the procedure you have to do in this? Okay, now partially fill a measuring cylinder with water. Note the initial level of water. How much water you have already filled? Okay, how much you have filled, that will be your initial level of water. Okay, you note it down that one. This is the initial volume of water. Example, volume 1 milliliter. Okay, now gradually suspend the stones in the water. Gradually suspend the stone in the water. Be careful not to touch the sides and bottom of the jar with the stone, and at the same time the stone should be completely immersed in water. Means it should sink. Okay, so completely it should be immersed. Okay, now note the new level of water. This is the new volume of water. Example, volume 2 milliliter. Now we will see the observation. Okay, what we have observed. Initial volume of water was volume 1 milliliter. Now, volume of the water with the stone when you have given, okay, then this become volume 2 milliliter. So, volume of the stone is equal to volume 2 minus volume 1. So, milliliter is equal to V2 minus V1 centimeter to the power q. So, what is the conclusion? Conclusion is that the volume of an irregular solid, okay, like stone, can be calculated using the formula given above. Understood? So this was the method to calculate the stones or irregular shaped any object. Now you have to find the volume of following figure. Here is given, you can see. Now measuring of area, we are going to read measuring of area. The amount of surface covered by a closed shape is called its area. The SI unit of area is square meter, and symbol will be m to the power 2 or meter square, we can say that. Okay, to measure larger area like that of fields, plots of land, large districts, etc., bigger unit of measurement are used. Like acres, hectare, and square kilometer are example of such units. 1 acre is equal to 100 meter square. 1 hectare is equal to 10,000 meter square. 1 kilometer square is equal to 1 million meter square or 100 hectares. To measure a smaller area like that of an areas is an eraser, a book, etc. like this. A smaller unit of measurement are used, like a square centimeter and a square millimeter are two such units by which we can measure the eraser or copy like this. This type of smaller areas volume. A square centimeter and a square millimeter are two such units. 1 centimeter square is equal to 1 centimeter multiplied by 1 centimeter is equal to 1 by 100 meter multiplied by 1 by 100 meter is equal to 1 by 10,000 meter square is equal to 0.0001 meter square. 1 millimeter square is equal to 1 millimeter multiplied by 1 millimeter is equal to 1 by 1000 meter multiplied by 1 by 1000 meter is equal to 1 by 1 million meter square is equal to 0.000001 meter square. So this was the measurement of area. Now we will learn that area of regular shapes. Okay, to measure the area of a body which has a definite shape. Okay, definite shape in the sense maybe the all sides are equal. Okay, or maybe two sides are bigger, two sides are smaller, like that only. If any measurement you are getting and that is actual or definite shape is given to you. So mathematical formula are used. These formula have been derived from the fundamental units. Area of a square is equal to side multiplied by side or side into side. And if you have to measure rectangular, so area of a rectangular is equal to length into breadth. Now area of irregular shapes. Unlike the area of rectangular shapes which have a non-number of sides and a fixed formula, irregular shapes whose outline is not definite. Irregular shape in the sense whose outlines are not definite. Okay, maybe one is very big, one is very small. It could be like this. Okay, as I haven't told you that when it is a regular shape in the sense, I have told that maybe this is square in the sense all the four sides are equal. This is rectangle in the sense two sides are smaller and two sides are bigger. But in irregular shapes, maybe the first one is bigger, small, second one is smaller, third one is more smaller, so it could be irregular, whose outline is not different and do not have fixed dimension. Okay, so we do not have a standard formula for calculating these type of areas. Okay, or calculating their areas. The area of the shapes such as in irregular lamina or any odd shaped object can be calculated using a graph paper. For that, what we need? We need a graph paper. A graph paper has 1 centimeter square each, of which consists of still smaller square of side 1 millimeter each. Now we will see little activity. In this activity, our aim is to measure the approximate area of an irregular shape of a leaf using a square centimeter grid or a graph paper. Material what we will require: a graph paper, a leaf, a pencil, a pen, etc. Procedure: place the leaf on the graph paper and trace the outline with a pencil. There will be some complete square and some incomplete square within the outline. Count the number of complete square and mark these with the pencil. Count the number of incomplete squares that are half or more than half inside the shape and mark these with a pen. Okay, what you have to do? First one you have marked with a pencil, and the second one you have to mark with a pen. Okay, keep in mind. Okay, then multiply the total number of incomplete squares by 1 by 2 or by half. Okay, now ignore the squares that are less than half within the outline. Okay, that you have to ignore. Now add up all the squares, total number of squares counted in the step above, and find the total area of the leaf approx. Now what the observation is? Okay, approximate area of leaf, number of full squares multiplied by 1. Okay, and 1 centimeter square plus 1 by 2 or half, and number of half more than half squares, centimeter square. The conclusion, what the conclusion we are waiting? Okay, conclusion: the area of an irregular shape of leaf can be measured using a square centimeter grid with the help of the formula given above. Okay, so now I am going to give you this one picture here. You see and try to do it yourself. Okay, in this video till here only. Okay, in the next video we will read measurement of density. Till then, thank you. Hello everybody, welcome back. And we were reading physical quantities and measurement. Okay, this now the time to learn measurement of density. Okay, so now take a long wood and a 1 kg weight made of iron. Okay, what you have to take? You have to take one wood and 1 kg weight of an iron. Okay, the log of wood may have a mass of 10 kg. Okay, how much the weight of that will be? 10 kg. Okay, and is thus heavier than the weight of iron. In fact, the volume of the log of wood is much more than the iron. We must compare the heaviness of materials by taking the same volume of each material. If we take a cube of iron and another cube of wood of identical volume mean in any knowing volume, okay, as I have been told previous only that the log of wood would be of 10 kg and the iron bar will be of 1 kg. So here you have to take the cube of a wood and that will be the identical volume. Then we will find that the iron cube has more mass. Iron cube will have more mass. Now we can understand what we mean when we say that iron is heavier than wood. The density of iron is more than that of wood. Okay, density you understand? Density understanding? Okay, so density is more than that of wood. It means that 1 meter to the power 3 of iron has more mass than 1 meter to the power 3 or 1 meter cube of wood. We know that mass is the quantity of matter obtained in a body. Thus, we can say that the quantity of matter in 1 meter to the power meter cube of iron is more than the quantity of matter in 1 meter cube of wood. Understanding? Good. We can also express this by saying that matter is more densely packed in iron than in wood. Okay? Therefore, the density of a substance is the mass of that substance per unit volume. To measure density, we need to measure the mass of different volume of the substance. Thus, density is equal to mass by volume. From the equation above, we find that the density of a substance can be increased by either increasing its mass for a given volume or decreasing the volume for a given mass, or and vice versa. The SI unit of density is kilogram per meter to the power cube. Okay, and CGS unit is gram by centimeter to the power cube. The unit can also be written as kg m to the power minus q, and gram means centimeter to the power minus q respectively. When we can find out the density of different substances if we know their mass and volume. Okay? If mass is measured in kilogram and volume is cubic meter, mean meter to the power cube, density is measured in kilogram per meter to the power cube. Kilogram per cubic meter, we can say like that. Okay. Sometimes when mass is measured in gram, and volume in centimeter to the power q or cubic centimeter, okay, then the density is measured in gram by centimeter cube or gram per cubic centimeter, we can say. Okay. Now, determining the density of a solid. The density of a solid is calculated using the given formula. Density is equal to mass by volume. Okay. How you can find the density? So for that there is one formula, is what? That density is equal to mass by volume. In case of regular solids, in whose volume can be calculated using formula. Okay. So volume of a rectangular block is equal to length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. So volume of a cube is equal to length to the power cube. The volume of irregular solids can be also with the help of experiment to measure the volume of an irregular solid discussed earlier. Solved example. Example 1. A piece of metal has a mass of 89 gram. Okay, there is one example is given that maybe that a piece of metal has a mass, how much? 89 gram. Okay, when it is put in a measuring jar containing water, the level of water rises from 60 centimeter to the power cube to 70 centimeter to the power. What is the density of the metal? So solution is here that volume is equal to 70 centimeter to the power or cubic centimeter minus 60 cubic centimeter is equal to 10 cubic centimeter. So the density is equal to metal by volume is equal to metal's mass is mass by volume. Okay, so mass is 89 gram and volume was 10 is equal to 8.9 gram cubic meter. Now example 2 we will see that maybe the mercury contains in the bulb of a thermometer weight 6.8 gram calculated in volume. If the density of mercury is 13.6 gram cubic centimeter, the solution is density is equal to mass by volume. So volume is equal to mass by density is equal to 6.8, which was mass. Okay, and 13.6 it was density is equal to, when after dividing we will get what? 0.5 cubic centimeter. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to read speed. We have learned that a body is said to be at rest when it does not change its position. Okay. With respect to its surrounding, while a body is said to be in motion when it changes its position with respect to its surrounding. Okay, understood? Okay, so when body is not doing anything, that it is in rest, and when doing anything, it means it is in motion. Suppose one vehicle is going from one place to another place, it means it is in motion. Not going, standing in one place, it is in rest. So we see many objects around us. To find which one is moving fast or which one is slow, we measure the distance traveled by the different objects in the same time interval. For example, if we compare the motion of a car and bullock cart on the road, okay, if suppose we are comparing, okay, motion of a car and a bullock cart, okay, then what we will find? We will find that the car travels much farther than the bullock cart in the same time interval. So we say that the car is moving faster than the bullock cart. Okay. Similarly, a boy on a bicycle travels a longer distance than a boy on foot in the same time. Thus, the boy on foot is moving slower than the boy on the bicycle. The idea about the motion of a body, that is, how fast or slow it is moving, is obtained by a quantity known as speed. Example, if we have to take measurement, okay, so the distance covered or traveled by a body in unit time is called the speed of the body. So what we will have to do for that, we will take the formula that speed is equal to distance traveled by time taken. Okay, how much distance it is traveled and how much time has been taken for traveling that much place. Okay, so the distance covered or traveled by a body in unit, okay, unit time means the particular time, okay, the speed of the body. If a body travels a distance in time, then its speed is given as speed is equal to distance by time. Understood? Understanding? Good. Now, from this equation, speed can also be defined as the rate of change of distance. In the SI system, distance is measured in meter and time is measured in seconds. So, the SI unit of speed is meter per second. Read as meter as per second. You can read. Okay. Its symbol is meter per second or meter to the power 1. Sometimes we measure distance in kilometer and time in hour. Then the unit of speed is kilometer per hour. Read as kilometer per hour. Its symbol is kilometer per hour. Speed can be classified as uniform or constant speed and non-uniform or variable speed. When a body travels equal distance in equal travels of time, it is said to be in uniform speed. Understanding? When a body travels equal distance in equal interval. Understood? Suppose we are going from one place to another place, it took 1 hour. And the second time when you are going, it took again the 1 hour. It means it is the uniform of time. Okay? Uniform speed, sorry. Okay? Now, here is given that given the example. Okay? Example, a person crosses a 20-meter wide street in 5 seconds. What is his speed? Question is that a person crosses a 20-meter wide street in 5 seconds. So what is his speed? Solution is given here that speed is equal to distance by time. Speed is equal to, what was the distance? 20 meter. And how much time it has taken? 5 seconds. Okay, so what you have to do, you just have to divide it, and then after the answer what you will get 4 meter per second. Now the second example, we will see that an aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 240 km in 5 hours. Calculate the distance covered by the aeroplane. Okay, so now solution is given that speed is equal to distance by time. And now this time, the second way is that distance is equal to speed multiplied by time. Okay, so now here you can see that speed was 240 kilometer. Okay, and the time has taken how much? 5 hours. So when you will multiply it, then you will get 1200 kilometers. So now this chapter is over, and now we will go through summary that what we have still learned. Okay, volume is the space occupied by a substance or amount of matter contained in a substances. Okay, what is volume? Volume is a space occupied by a substance or amount of matter contained in a substance. Volume of a cube of side 1 meter is 1 meter square. Okay, a smaller unit of volume are decimeter square, centimeter square, or millimeter square. Okay, these are a smaller unit of volume. To determine the volume of liquids, special container like measuring jar, beakers, flask, and cans are used. Okay, the volume of an irregular solid is measured by taking the difference in the level of water in a measuring jar. The area of a definite shape such as a square, triangle, circle, and rectangle is calculated using definite formula. Larger area like that of fields are measured in acres or hectares. Okay, a graph paper of a centimeter larger area like that of fields are measured in acres and hectares. A graph paper or a centimeter grid is used to find the area or of rectangular shapes. The density of a substance is mass per unit volume. The SI unit of density is kilometer to the power Q or cubic meter. Speed is measure of how fast an object is moving. Okay, speed can be defined as the distance covered in unit time. The SI unit of speed is meter per second. When a body travels equal distance in equal intervals of time, it is called uniform speed. So, what is volume? Volume, the amount of space occupied by an object, it is called volume. What is area? The amount of surface covered by a closed shape is called area. What is density? The mass of substance per unit volume is called density. And what is speed? The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called speed. So, hope it will be useful video for you all. So, we'll meet again in the next video. Till then, bye. Thank you for watching.